Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the starch. It is also carbohydrate containing crude drugs only. These are obtained from the different source. As we know that we are fulfilling our carbohydrate requirement from the different food grains like maize, rice, potato, and many other grains, right? So what are the different saccharides are present in these kinds of food items which we can use for the medicinal purpose as well as for the pharmaceutical formulations, right? So let us discuss what are the different source of starch and how they are going to obtain from those particular source. So what are the process involved, what are the chemicals present in those particular starch available from different source of grains. So coming to this, you can see the four things has been given in the picture. That first one is the potato is also good source of carbohydrates. This is the broken rice very good source for the starch, maize and wheat, right? So these four types of food which is the part of our daily food items which we are using right from the morning to evening in different types of items, right, where we are getting the lot of carbohydrates. So let us discuss how this actually it is nothing but amylum, right? It is known as amylum, that is nothing but the starch, right, which is obtained from different sources. So when we see about the biological source of different sources, right, here starch consists of polysaccharides granules obtained from the grains of maize. That is the botanical name, it is maize, right? Linn. And rice, Oryza sativa Linn. And also wheat, that is the Triticum aestivum Linn, belonging to the family Gramineae, right? And from the tubers of potato also it is obtained, since we have seen in the image the potato, the botanical name is Solanum tuberosum Linn, right, which is belonging to the family Solanaceae. So this potato is only belonging from the different family and genus, and the remaining otherwise rice, maize and wheat, they are from the Gramineae family, having the different botanical name in there. Coming to the geographical source, the location wise where it is available, most of the tropical as well as subtropical countries prepared a starch commercially, since it is having great importance in industrial point of view. Coming to the preparation, how we are going to prepare the different starch, right, how we are going to isolate the starch from their particular sources. So depending upon the raw material to be used for the processing or type of starch to be processed produced, different processes are used for the commercial manufacture of starch. So when it comes to the potato starch, the starch obtained from the potato, how we are going to process it? The potatoes are washed to remove the earthy matters or sand particles or the soil particles, which is since it is the underground tuber, we need to wash it properly to remove the sand particles, right? They are crushed or cut and converted into slurry. You can use these kinds of crusher or cutters, right, having the different pore sizes, that you can put that already you might be using into your kitchen for the different this purpose, right? So you have to make into the slurry or like a juice form. This slurry is filtered to remove the cellular matters, right? So a lot of cellular matters or the cell particles will be there, that we can filter it and we can remove, and the juice part we can use for the further processing. As potatoes do not contain gluten, they are very easy to process further, right? So this gluten will not be there, so it will be easily converted into the viscous liquid. After filtration, the milky slurry, right, the slurry, it is going to be like a milk, the concentrated milk like that, containing starch, that is purified by centrifugation and washing, right? You can subject after making the slurry into the centrifugation centrifuge, right, which will be rotating per minute, specific rotation you can set that. And after centrifugation you can go for decanting, and water, you can wash with the water many times. Then it is dried and sent to the market. So this dried form, the powder form, it will be considered as it is having the starch. Coming to the rice starch, when we are trying to obtain it from the rice, right? So the broken pieces of rice, you can see in the image here, these are not the entire particle, it is broken pieces are rice, which is resulted during the polishing, are used for processing, right? Whenever polishing will be done, these rice particles, they are going to break into the small pieces that can be used. The pieces of rice are soaked in water with dilute sodium hydroxide solution 0.5%, right? You have to put into the boil into the water, and you can use the sodium hydroxide NaOH 0.5 solution, which cause softening and dissolution of gluten, right? Which will be helping the to make the soft of the rice particles, and the dissolution of the gluten present in the starch rice particles. After this, the soaked rice pieces are crushed and starch prepared as described under potato starch. Again, you have to make it into the centrifugation in centrifuge, and at specific rpm, and after that you need to wash with the distilled water, and you can get the slurry, milky slurry that will be subject for drying, and you will get the starch. Coming to the third one, maize starch or corn starch. It is again, it has to wash with the water to remove the other organic matters or other things. You can see continuous flow of the starch can be flow, right? And make it into soft by keeping in warm water for 2 to 3 days, right? In warm water, if you will keep for 2 to 3 days, the particular grains will become soft. Sufficient sulfur dioxide is passed to the medium to prevent the fermentation, because it may undergo fermentation. So that's what we need to add, sulfur dioxide, so that the fermentation can be uh, avoid. The swollen kernels are passed through the attrition meal. You can see into this meal, you can put in these grains particles into this, and it is going to for the rolling, right, meal to break the grains in a small particle, or size reduction we can say, so as to separate the endosperm and outermost coating of the grain. This endosperm will not be having starch, and outermost coatings or the peel we can say, that has to be removed by putting in these kinds of rolls. At this point, special attention to give to say separate the germs or embryo, right? Embryo has to be separated properly. This is affected by addition of water, wherein the germs are float and are separated easily, right? If you will add the water, it will come onto the surface, onto the floating, and you can separate it by manually, also by hand also. The water which is used to soften the grains dissolve most of the minerals, soluble proteins and carbohydrates from the grain, right? So the water being rich in all these contain is used as a culture medium for the production of antibiotic like penicillin, right? Since it is having all these contain carbohydrates, soluble proteins and mineral, so that can be used for the culture medium for the production of penicillin like antibiotic. The separated germs are used to prepare the germ oil by expression method, or putting the pressure onto them, and the oil can be obtained, are known as a corn oil. Corn oil also can be prepared, whatever the germs particles you have got, right? The oil contain fatty acid like linoleic acid and linoleic, right? And vitamin E also. It is used commercially for the preparation of soap. Different soaps are available which they are using the corn oil. The starchy material contain gluten. Most of this is removed by simple sieving. Sieving you can adopt and you can remove, then you can subject for the washing. Starch being heavier settles at the bottom, and is followed by gluten. Several treatments with cold water wash the starch effectively, which is then centrifuged and filter passed and finally dried in flash dryer on removing belt dryer, on a moving on a belt dryer. So ultimately you have to subject it for centrifugation, and after that the precipitate you can take it and filter it, and again last you can dry it, and whatever the dried powder you are going to get from this, that will be having the starch. When it comes to the wheat starch, right? Wheat being a major article of food and restrictively used for the preparation of starch. In this process, the wheat flour is converted into the dot and kept for a while, right? So the gluten in a dot swells and the mass are taken into the grooved roller, right? In this roller, whatever, how you are preparing chapati, like that, you have to make it into the dot form, and then you can subject it for the grooved roller, right? Where the two roller will be there, in that it will passing. So wherein the water is poured over them with constant shaking, the starchy liquid coming out of the roller, right? That from the roller, the liquid, it is coming starchy liquid like this, right? Coming out from the roller, processed conveniently to take out the starch, which is then dried and packed suitably, right? So this is also very easy process, right? Here also we can get the starch after making, after drying this particular liquid which you have got from the roller, and you will get the powder, white powder, that will be considered as a starch. So whatever the obtained starch from these four types of grain, how it looks like, what are the description of these? If you will talk about the color, the rice maize grains are white in color, while wheat starch, it is cream colored. Since it is a cream like the in the primary form, it will look like creamy, so it will be cream color. And a potato is slightly yellowish. Depend on the source, the color it will going to have. Odorless, and the taste is mucilaginous. Shape, if you talk about the starch grain, starch occur as a fine powder or irregular, angular masses, readily reducible to powder. Chemical constituents, what are the chemicals involved or present in that obtained starch? Starch contain chemically two different polysaccharides, such as amylose, that is called beta amylose, and the amylopectin, that is known as alpha amylose, right? In the production of one is in the proportion of 1 is to 2 ratio, right? The ratio, it is going to be 1 is to 2. Beta amylose is to alpha amylose. Amylose is water soluble, and amylopectin is water insoluble. You should remember this solubility parameter. But swell in water, it is insoluble in water, but it can swell in water and is responsible for gelatinizing property of the starch. What Whenever the starch is gelatinizing, that is because of the presence of amylopectin, which is insoluble, but at the same time it can swell. Amylose gives blue color with iodine. That's what iodine test, it is very famous for the starch. While amylopectin yields bluish black coloration, right? So this is the specification color changes in the respects of presence of different constituents like amylose and the amylopectin. Chemical test, how you can identify the given sample of starch. You can take the first one test, boil 1 gram of starch with 15 ml of water and cool. The translucent viscous jelly is produced. Since we have seen in these chemical constituents the gelatinizing, it is because of the amylopectin. So amylopectin are present when you will warm with the 15 ml of water and cool, you are going to get the gel because of the presence of amylopectin. So that will be the indication of starch is present. The above jelly is turned deep blue by the addition of solution of iodine. If you add iodine solution, it will convert into the blue color, since we have seen here, right? Amylose gives a blue color with iodine, right? And the blue color disappear on warming and reappear on cooling. That is the confirmation when you will, it is going to disappear after warming and reappear once again if you will cool the particular gel. That is the confirmation for the given sample of the starch, sample of the powder, it is having the starch. What are the different uses? That's very very important. That's what we are studying this drug. Starch is used as a nutritive, of course, that's what it is part of our food, demulcent, protective, and as an absorbent also. Starch is used in the preparation of dusting talcum powder for application over the skin. Whatever the talcum powder, body powders, right? So it's a body talcum. It is available. That is definitely without starch. It is not be possible. It is used as an antidotes for the poisoning in iodine poisoning, as a disintegrating agent also in the pills and tablets you might be using in your pharmaceutics formulations. In practical, starch, without starch you cannot go for tablet manufacturing, as a diluent also in dry extracts of crude drugs, right? It is a diagnostic aid in the identification of crude drugs, right? Starch is very famous for the different, many places it is being used for different taste. Glycerin of starch is used as an emollient and as a base of suppository preparation. Starch is also a starting material for the commercial manufacture of liquid glucose, dextrose, and dextrine. Starch is industrially used for the seizing of paper and cloth, right? So industrially it is having important, medicinally it is having important, and a nutritional value also it is having. That's what it is, the part of our food, right? So this is the starch we have discussed, the which is having carbohydrate like main chemical. We could see that amylose and amylopectin, and because of the presence of amylose and amylopectin only it is giving the different chemical taste, and because of these only it is being used into the different types of preparation, like pharmaceutical preparation like tablet, pills, suppositories, and it is having nutrition value, and all other industrial use like paper mill and textile industries, right? So it's this again, this starch becomes important drug since it is having great application and importance into the pharmaceutical field.